MidJourney. I think Maria has probably talked about MidJourney before as well. So I think MidJourney is a very good tool, and there's a very big community who loves MidJourney. They share a lot of content about MidJourney, and it's famous for a reason because it allows you to do a lot of things that other AI tools don't allow you to do. I'll quickly talk about different subscriptions if somebody is new, like what is available and what you can get. So there's a $10 basic plan. If you're a student, obviously you want to use free AI tools, but after you have used those free tools and you're still interested to do more, so I think you can head towards MidJourney. You can try all the tools. Maybe you like something else better, but MidJourney has recently added a lot of new things into their in MidJourney. So I'll just quickly talk about different subscriptions. One is $10, $30, and $60 per month. I prefer the $30 plan because it allows you unlimited generations if you are using a relaxed mode. So if you have unlimited generations, I think that is more than enough anyone needs. So in terms of MidJourney, this is where you write your prompt. I have already was testing some prompt yesterday, and you can just write. We can try the same prompt form we use over here and see what MidJourney gives us. I should have used. So in MidJourney, you have this menu because you can do fast and turbo. So I'll just quickly do turbo in this one just to get my image out. So the difference between all these three is like relax is obviously slow. Fast uses more of your MidJourney minutes, but it gives you a fast output, and then turbo is obviously the fastest one. So same prompt, different AI tool gives me a very different output. And I'm just going through because it generates 4 images at once, so I'm just showing quickly the 4 images it generated. So probably we're like, okay, we like this one. So MidJourney is more like a one-stop shop where you can generate imagery, which gives you a lot of control over your images, but also you can animate your images. Like there are a few options here. You can vary your images slightly, upscale them, do a remix if you want to zoom in a bit, and then I'll just quickly do a animation. You can auto animate, or you can write your own prompt and do animations if you want. But for architecture, I've seen auto mostly works very well, because in architecture you just want to animate context. Buildings are usually stationary where they are. And we'll just see what it's doing. So Maria, have you done any tutorials on MidJourney before?
I tested it in, I think, the second workshop, but I think I was also trying to test. They have like an animation feature now where you can do video from MidJourney, and I was trying to do that workflow. But I think I personally I don't really use MidJourney. I don't know why I just settled in with Adobe Firefly, because for me it's easier to control the perspective that I want in the end. But I see a lot of architects using MidJourney to create these crazy renders. But they're so one-off. I feel like when I like one render from MidJourney, what do I do with it if I want to fix it? If there's anything I need to change.
Yeah, MidJourney has that thing where you don't have a lot of control sometimes over the output. Like if you like an image, it's very difficult to start changing it. But then because architects like those very stylistic images or renders, we don't always like realistic renders, so MidJourney is good for that. So I'll just quickly show the animation it did. We created an image, and just in a few seconds we are already animating what the output we have. And MidJourney has previously added some new features, which is called loop. Loop is the end frame will be your start frame, your end frame will be your start frame. So it will do a few things and will come back to your start frame. That is the loop feature. And the other, you can add a different image for end frame. So so your imagery is transformed from. I'll just show if I do this. I think I've already done this. And this. So I have selected a different image as my start frame and a different image for my end frame. So now MidJourney will go from this image to this image in within 5 seconds. So obviously if this images are related to each other, you'll get a good output. If you do something very crazy, like very different images, then it does not know what to do with it. So you can have like images of two buildings in two different views of a same building, and you can add a start and end frame, and MidJourney can take a journey from there to there. It can end your animation on that image. So just quickly, I just want to tell you what MidJourney can do, and then there is this explore. If you're looking for some inspiration and you don't know what you want, you can just look at different images, because MidJourney has this big community where you can go through different images and you can look at the prompt they have used, or you can edit that prompt to what you want. Like there are also a lot of different ways. Like you can do a lot of tutorials in MidJourney, like what it can do and what cannot. But for today, I just want to touch on like there's this MidJourney and things you can do with it. And once you have tried those free AI tools, you can probably try MidJourney out and see if this is something for you. Like as Maria mentioned, she prefers Firefly because that gives her more control. Obviously, that is what she prefers, and I've seen people use Comfy UI and Flux Context a lot. And that is quite good because it gives you a lot more control over your output. But that is, I think, slightly advanced will be slightly advanced for some users, because I've tried Comfy UI. It takes a lot of time to download different nodes and different things it wants to download, so it takes a lot of time, and it does not have this nice looking user interface as well. And I think the very powerful thing about MidJourney is it allows you to personalize or create different mood boards. You can go into MidJourney and start selecting different images you like. So Maria could have different preferences than me, and when MidJourney gives you an output, you can turn on your profile on from here, select personalization. You can turn it on, and the images it will produce will be based on the images you have chose here. Now it tries to understand what you like, the colors you like, the composition you like, and based on what you have selected over here, it will try to produce images when you turn the personalization thing on. So that is why if Maria uses the same prompt or same settings as me, she might get a different result, because her personalization images she has selected are different than what I have selected. So I think this is how MidJourney becomes slightly powerful, that not everybody is getting same images, so everybody can have their own outputs. So that is why I think MidJourney is slightly good in those things. And I think I just want to quickly touch on retexture, because we are architects and sometimes we like to render plans. So I've found MidJourney to be very good at rendering plans. You can do it. I don't know if any other AI tool. Have you used Maria any other thing which can do this?
Render plans?
Yeah, render plans, just 2D plans or 3D images.
I don't remember what it's called, but a company once reached out to me that specializes in that, but not that I haven't used any yet. I think Kriya can actually render master plans. The last time I tried.
Okay. Yeah, with this tool, I didn't have much success in master plans, but with apartment plans or a whole building floor plan, you can just write you can see there's a prompt here. You can add a style reference you like from internet, or you can use image prompts, and it can render a floor plan very quickly. Just you come to retexture, you click submit retexture, and it can just render different layouts, different floor finishes, and render your plans very quickly. I just want to share some of the things MidJourney can do for you, like because we are architects and sometimes we have client presentations and not enough time to render plans. So I think MidJourney is very good. You can just take your plan, upload in MidJourney, and just very quickly have some nice presentations to show to the clients.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And also this is also good if you have a nice image, like if you have a 3D render but you don't want it to be very realistic, so it's also good for that to change it to some nice render image. I'll just show you something I've done. Sorry, I'll just do the. So this is a building. I generated this image in MidJourney of this building, and then I use retexture to get different feels for this image. This is not very accurate, but this one you can. So we don't always like photorealistic renders. So this is good to create these kind of concept images or white card renders, because sometimes you don't want to show a lot of detail, but you just want to show what your massing looks like. So it's good to create this retexture feature, picks up your lines, and it goes to have these kind of imagery. If I think they are good for get look and feel, because you don't always want to show what your final, because when you talk about materials and colors, it sometimes confuses clients and other architects, because they start to think this is the final output. So these sort of white card renders are very good to just show your massing and your concept, and then materials can come in later. Yeah, so I think my first part was the free AI tools. The second part was about MidJourney. And the third part, I just quickly want to touch on